guess what? She's here!
Learning how to fly, making all the music he can make. Happy talkie.
Oh, I'm so much taller than you.
I know. If I stand forward like this and you stand back there, we might look...
I look like an entirely different speech. I look like a basketball player. Hello, everybody.
This is my child. This is Cassie.
That's shocking.
Cassie, some of you already know Cassie. Many of you already know Cassie, but this is Cassie. To some, she's known as Miss Blendy Blendy.
Oh gosh, that's
From when I used to do the makeup videos. But yes, this is Cassie. So she's here. She's here. I don't have her very much this week because she's actually being maid of honour for a friend. That's why she's down. So we're fitting things in between her maid of honour duties and catching up with friends.
My maid of honour duties extend to going to the wedding. I'm not even having to do a speech.
Excellent. Excellent. So what we're going to do now is we are going to get on with putting the waistcoat and trousers on your body,
On my personage.
on your personage, and sticking pins in her.
I've done it again.
What have you done?
My pockets keep turning out.
So we shall go. I shall send her to.
Yes, we're not doing that
yes, we're not going to strip her on camera. I shall send her to put the things on, and then I'll start sticking pins in her. Job's done.
Oh yeah, I do deep proper
Because I definitely watched the video you put up about
You
it already.
must watch the video. But then it did come out while you were in the car with Dad.
Literally.
I
started.
I'm going to safety pin the waist bit just now because I've not obviously got a waistband on yet.
Oh, your viewership are going to have to get very comfy with
Seeing your tummy.
I think actually the correct to say that I'm going to have to get very comfy with your viewership seeing that.
Yep. Right. Let's do that and do
Thanks for good TV.
good TV. The back of my head,
The back of your head.
the back of my noggin.
Me just looking at my hair.
Right. So is the rise of the crotch enough, or is it too much?
I think that's fine.
Is that fine? So if
Can I sit down quickly?
If I put the waistband's going to take like half an inch off of that and be like half an inch up. So the
Okay.
waistband's going to sit sort of there.
I love that you say that like I have any capability of.
Right. Sit
Seeing
down
measurements
to
in
make
my
sure that they're comfy when you sit down.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it gives man crotch, but it's
But
fine.
that's...
I'm not gonna be sitting down.
I think that's to do with the flare.
Yeah. One more time.
The flare.
Nice.
So that's good. So if I just put the waistband on at that, you're happy with that
Yeah.
aspect of it.
Can we just very quickly?
Yes, they are massive. Now, do you want the legs slimmed down a little?
Maybe a fraction,
And then obviously I need to take them up a little.
like a fraction would be good.
Yeah.
Because there are going to be people at this concert that will stand on these.
Yes. I think I'll not take them up until I've done the waistband so I can see exactly where they're sitting properly. But that's fine. Right. Pins.
There are certain members of the group I'm going to see that would like really slay the big. They love a big trouser.
They love
in
a
the group
big
that I'm going to
trouser.
go see. So
We love...
I'm marginally worried about my bag. But I'm sure it'll be fine. Oh, can I get belt loops?
Yes, you can. I will do belt loops. Right. So, I've taken this shoulder up a little bit.
Oh, I look like business casual Groot.
business casual Groot.
Groot. I was like, Groot is always business casual.
As in, I am Groot.
As in, yes, Mum. As opposed to what?
I don't
I look
know.
like I'm Disney pounding Yoda.
I mean, are we worried about this?
I mean, no. I mean, this isn't the top I will wear for the concert. I will wear it.
Cool.
I was contemplating getting the Stetson, but I don't know if I want to commit. Also, can you imagine being stuck behind someone as tall as me wearing a Stetson?
Yeah.
We have
People
like
would hate you.
we have GA standing. I think the person behind me would beat me to death if their lights out.
Yeah. I think you might be right. Actually, shall I do that the other way so it doesn't poke you in the neck?
Anything that you want to do to make it. There is a pin on the floor, and I'm looking at the cat, and I'm like,
Oh, the cat will ignore the pin.
I know, but like, will the pin ignore the cat?
Ooh, pots. Ah, there we go.
Spoons!
Spoons, pots, you know.
They're now just sniffing at my jeans. Little freaks. The cats and I have a strange kind of, because they were gained after I had left home, and so I'm just like, at least it takes two of them to replace me.
You're strangely ambivalent to my cats. I'm quite
I made the small mistake of telling my mum that I thought her cats were average.
average. My cats are average. I mean, how rude. How rude. Actually, taking the shoulders off has made it so I don't think I need to take in anything at the back.
Oh, you're happy with the back?
Yeah,
the back feels good.
I'm happier with the back now.
This
that
is
taking the
still a bit.
shoulders up. This is still a wee bit.
But I think a dart there would look nice.
So I just pop in. If I make it like a princess seam, so I can add that dart to that.
I can't see past my bust, so I didn't know there was a seam there.
There's a dart there. And if I put a dart here, it'll become a princess seam.
And I'm princess.
And you are indeed a princess.
I am a princess, it would seem.
Oh, it hurts.
Yikes.
It hurts.
Gotta get all this out of my system before I start my podcast.
Yes. What are you going to call your podcast?
I still wasn't 100% sure, but I think I have landed on the full jingles in. Because have you listened to the episode that I put out just saying about...
Oh, I didn't know you had.
You didn't watch me like yesterday.
Where did you advertise
Did you
advertise
No,
it in
because
any way?
I didn't want to make a fuss. But the real OGs, like my pal Imogen and my grandfather, clearly had their notifications on, so they knew.
No, I don't do notifications.
I know you don't. And you also don't do calling me, so okay, I don't do calling her either. But
I think I could take that in just down to there, not from there, but fractionally in there.
Yeah. And Grandpa is a fan of the full jingles in.
The full jingles in.
Well, it's based on a stage direction. I don't know from what play, because this is the level of research I'm doing for my podcast, but it's the full jingles miserably across the floor. I was like, well, I'm not going to be miserable, but I am going to be jingling, so happy jingling.
Happy jingling.
Because I can't be the fake redhead anymore.
I'll take about half an inch out of each side there. Right, the trousers. So the if I put the waistband on it, that the waist fitting nicely, or is it? Do you want it a little tightened?
I'd like it like maybe like there rather than on.
Yeah. So I just what I need to do is make that a little tighter.
Yeah.
So I can take in a tiny bit at the side, each side.
Yeah.
And use the waistband to tighten things up a little. Because I did the pattern that was slightly bigger than your measurements, because I thought that would be easier than. Well, no, I just thought it would be easier to take things in than to make it bigger.
Can I tell the people why I don't have that other waistcoat?
You can if you want. Because your mother said something stupid.
What's she eating?
A bit of cat litter. She likes to play with the cat litter.
Mum made me a very cool waistcoat. It was like a riding waistcoat. Yep. It had it was great. It was like double buttoned. And in October we went and we tried it and it didn't fit. It needed panels in it. And I was like, fair enough. And then I came down, we refit it, and she was like, nah, even with panels this isn't gonna work. And I was like, it is what it is, because my measurements, they do this. And so we had family over last night, and my cousin, my dad's cousin's wife, so my cousin, is into that kind of style. And Mum said, oh, Bex, this doesn't fit Cassie. It needs to go to someone slim. Do you want it?
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
I didn't mean it, and it was the funniest thing that I've ever seen in my life.
Bex is like very tall and slim.
Mum, you're holding full scissors. I thought it was the funniest thing I'd ever seen in my life.
I was mortified.
Please don't cut my slippers.
I'm not going to cut your slippers.
Well, your depth perception isn't great.
Shut your face.
And they wonder why it takes me just to come home again. Nothing to do with the fact that EasyJet is tedious multiple times a year.
Right, so if I do
What are
that,
you doing?
and then I take that like that,
Oh.
that'll be that.
Because I was gonna wear platform Doc Martens with this.
Yeah, because I'm doing the hem. So
I am
the hem
no
will
longer-
touch the hem
Yeah.
will touch the floor.
Yeah, that'll be fine. I am no longer wearing platform Doc Martens though.
Oh, are you not?
Well, they are about that thick. And I'm going to be standing for however many plus hours because I don't know if we've decided if we're going to queue or not yet to get good space. And it's a lot of bouncing and screaming and dancing. And they're very inflexible shoes.
Mm.
And so I don't know what I'm going to do. If anyone has good concert shoes that wasn't for a concert like Tom Jones, I don't know what your demographic viewership is like.
You are so rude.
If anyone's been to an exciting concert recently and can give me good shoe recommendations, please let me know. Apart from Vans, because like I'm not a millennial. I'm coming for your whole demographic. Don't get me wrong.
It's Converse if you were a millennial.
Vans
is
yeah,
after.
That's true. That's true. They kind of late millennial.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think which one does Amy has.
Amy has cons.
I'm sure she has Vans too, doesn't she?
I don't think so. I think she's just a cons
Cons
girl.
gal. I was looking at some Adidas and then I went, poor. I don't know if I can be bothered with this.
If I take
They're so huge.
about that much off, they're still wide leg.
Yeah, I like the fact that they are wider leg. I think having them a bit more fitted around the top would be good because it gives me A, a bit more shape, and B, it means so the bag I'm taking, so I'm not carrying a backpack or having a shoulder bag, it fastens around my waist and it fastens around one of my legs and it's like a little side bag. I don't choose the terminology bum bag because I find it derivative. But obviously if it can't get round a bunch of trouser or if it just makes
Do you think
parachute, it's not going to work.
Do you think if I just take it?
Love this. This is just fabulous for me. I mean,
if I just take in from the inside,
just keep clutching at it.
or shall I take in from the outside as well?
Well, what difference does it make? Genuinely, I don't know.
I think maybe I could take in a shade from the outside.
Yeah,
a shade from the
just
inside,
give it a little bit of
the inside, just to keep it balanced. Yeah. Right, I think I've got everything I need. I think I've got everything I need from that.
Okay.
So I can now do the do.
She's not doing that on camera either.
There's
a bunch of this you'll probably have to cut out because I'm saying things before my brain's fully kicked in. Slowly.
Woo! Yep. And we're upright. Excellent.
Is that what you're calling
Job
this?
done.
I'll get them.
I'll
get them.
The
Ow! Oh!
There's pins in there. There's pins in the side if you bend that way. Careful.
Oh, thanks, man. That's great. That's really great.
Right.
You're gesturing at me like this with these.
Don't run the scissors, people. Okay, are you happy? Are you happy with that? That side is the fit. That'll be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm also probably gonna dye this darker because I bought the fabric online and had it sent here. And Mum was like, "This is lovely," and I arrived and was like, "So it'll probably be darker."
That's fine.
I think it depends on whether or not I'm too lazy to go and buy dye.
Yeah. Okay. We know what we're doing. I can now do that while you're off meeting your friends and doing fun stuff.
Do I reappear at any point?
You can reappear whenever you like.
Okay.
And then we'll get some footage of you actually wearing the finished garment. But you might have to send that to me because obviously you'll be back in Scotland by then.
Do my full.
Because I don't know if we'll be able to get finished garment footage before the wedding on Friday, and then you're off to
and then I'm gone.
Be a bridesmaid at another wedding on Saturday.
All good. I'm fine. I'm coping really well.
And doing really well. Okay, I have peace and quiet back again. So I'm turning the pinned markings into actual markings. So I'll take in a little bit of both sides of the legs, and I'll reseam. I'll just cut it off and reseam them. So just going to cut up both sides just outside the line that I've marked, and then I'll be able to reseam and re-overlock them. And then once I've done that, I'll be able to get on and do the hem. I'll just press that round. I'm not taking up much of a hem, just a small hem. She can take them up a bit more if she wants to. So again, I'm eyeballing it because that is what I do. So yep, just press that round and pin it, and then whap it over to the machine and wallop it round. And that will be the hem done. Excellent. Job's a good one. I've decided I'm not actually going to show you how I made the belt loops because I went about it in an unnecessarily fiddly and complicated way. There are better ways to do it, so I'm not going to show you. But what I'm doing is choosing the placement. I put one at each of the back darts and in between the two front pleats and at the side seams, and then I sandwich it in between the trousers and the waistband. And you'll see, I did the belt loops facing down the way so that when everything flips up, they'll be up the right way. And I pin the waistband. I've interfaced half the waistband because I didn't want too much bulk there. And then I'll, obviously wallop that through the machine as well. And then when I take it back over to the ironing board, I'll press the seam allowance up into the waistband and press the belt loops up, ready to be fastened on. And then once I've done that all the way around, I take a little hem and press that down at the inside of the waistband, and then I will turn that in half and fold it in, pin it down, and that is going to be hand stitched in when I'm sitting watching the TV, because it just gives a nice neat... I mean, I could stitch in the ditch, but honestly, it's a faff. It's actually, I find it more therapeutic to hand stitch. At the ends, I turn the two ends right sides together and sew them and then turn them through. And it just gives a really nice, clean finish to the edges. And then, I make sure the points are nice and sharp and pin that down ready for hand stitching, and we're just about there. Howdy there. So a couple of days have passed. Cassie is no longer at home. She has gone to stay with her friend to do her maid of honour duties because the first wedding is tomorrow. So I'd quite like to get these alterations finished so that, thank you fingers, so that I can give her the things to take back up in her suitcase tomorrow. Because so from she does, for pity's sake. So yes, she's got the first wedding tomorrow, and she goes from that wedding. Stuart's going to drive her across the south coast of England, ready for being a bridesmaid again the following day on the Saturday. She's a busy girl, but I'd quite like to be able to hand this off to her tomorrow so that she can take it. But if I haven't got it ready, then I can post it up to her, because the concert that she wants it for is not till the end of January. So I've got a couple of weeks. I can post it up to her, because I haven't been able to get an awful lot done this week. On Tuesday, Cassie very kindly did my roots before she went off to her friends, which is great. So I'm looking red again instead of multicoloured. And then yesterday I was at a knit and natter afternoon, which was lovely, and I managed to get the sleeves of my jumper finished, and it's partly sewn up, so that's smashing, and the ends woven in, because that always takes longer than you think. So that's what I did yesterday, and because of that I didn't have any energy to do anything on the alterations for this. So on the trousers, all I've got left to do is put the button on and do the buttonhole. Because I sat and hand stitched in the waistband and put on the belt loops on Monday night. I sat and did that while I was watching TV. So all I've got to do is put the button on and do the buttonhole, and that's these finished, and then I'll be able to get on. Sorry, I haven't, right, I'll give you the story of my microphone, right, because this microphone has a cable that is attached to my phone, and that's what makes it swing. The cable makes it swing. And I hear you all saying you can get ones without a cable, and I know that. However, my phone, there is always a bit that has to go into the phone or iPad or whatever that you're using in order to make it record through it. And my phone has an old connection. It only uses like the old style charger and things like that, and it's very difficult to get the microphone with the bit that goes, and I now have at least 3 microphones with the bit, because Stuart bought me this new one, but this bit that goes into the phone to do the recording is the wrong fitting, and the only one I'd be able to get with the right fitting is with a cable. And unfortunately, having the cable attached means if I move too much, it swings the phone on the tripod, which is very annoying. Very, very annoying. I don't know what the answer is. At some point I will update my phone and hopefully that'll help. At some point I might even learn how to use my actual camera properly. That might help. Who knows? But that's what we're dealing with at the moment, and that is why every now and again we get a swing with the phone, and it's extremely annoying. Anyway, so yes, so that's the trousers. I'll get finished this afternoon, no problem, and then I can move on. So what I've got to do on the waistcoat is I have to finish off the shoulder seams, and now I know that I want to take them up a little bit, but that's great because I hadn't closed them, so that's fine. I've got a little dart to do there, and I'm going to turn that into a princess seam, and I'm going to take about 1/2 inch or so out the top bit of the side seam and grade it down into the waist, and then I can close up the bottom, and then it's buttons and buttonholes. So I think that's possibly a bit too much for me to expect to do this afternoon, so I think I will be posting it up to her. Hey ho, that's how it goes sometimes, because my energy levels have been really quite appalling the last little while, so I just have to accept I can do what I can do and no more. And that is not easy for me to accept because, you know, I like to be able to do things. I don't like to have to accept my limitations, but we do have to sometimes. So let's get on with things. I've got a cup of tea at my side. I've got cats willing to help, and let's get finished. Yes, let's get finished. Shall we get finished? Are you going to help? Yes, excellent. Okay, let's open up the lining where it's all attached. I shouldn't have attached it before I did the alterations. Hey ho. So I'll open it up so I can get in, and then starting from the top of the dart, I'm pinning round to form it into a princess seam, and I'll curve that neatly into the shoulder.
Good morning. Good morning. So, it's a slow, quiet day today. Oh, we all went to the wedding yesterday afternoon, which was absolutely lovely, so beautiful, and we had a lovely time. And I didn't make the reception because I ran out of energy, but it was absolutely lovely. It was beautiful. Cassie looked beautiful, and then Stuart drove her over last night to Gosport for the next wedding, so she's getting ready this morning. She actually made it in time for the tail end of the rehearsal last night, so that's smashing. And Stuart will come back. Stuart stayed overnight in a travel lodge, and he'll come back tomorrow. No, this is tomorrow. He'll come back today. That's how tired I am this morning. And I did a lot of talking yesterday, so I don't have an awful lot of voice. But it was all worth it because it was absolutely lovely. So this morning I'm just I'm having a cup of tea. I probably should do some housework because the place is like, you know, a tornado's gone through it. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to finish off Cassie's waistcoat. So all I've got left to do is buttons, buttonholes, and shoulder seams. So I think I'll do the buttonholes first while I can still lay it flat. I think that'll be nice and easy, and then I'll do the shoulder seams, and then that's this project done. and I can send it up to Cassie. So I shall get on with that without, you know, any more faffing around and blethering. Yeah, let's get to it. I can't. None of this is going to be done very quickly today. This is all going to be done very slowly with lots of gaps in between for sitting down and resting. Never mind. Here we go. Let's go.
And the video was getting longer and longer, so I didn't do an awful lot more filming because I was very tired. So here are the finished trousers. I'm quite pleased with them. They've turned out really quite well. That's the pleats at the front and the pockets. And obviously my favourite bit is the little secret fun lining. And yeah, I'm quite chuffed with them. And here is the waistcoat. Obviously I've added my nice label into each of them. Cassie chose the buttons. These are the buttons she wanted. And if I hadn't done the lining of the waistcoat before the alterations, it would have been easier. But I got there in the end. It was a little bit fiddly, but I got there in the end. You probably didn't need to see me struggle. And here's our girl looking fabulous, looking fly, down in Manchester, ready for her concert. We're getting a bit of a close-up and the buttons. She's quite pleased with them. And she did a couple of darts at the neck herself because she felt it was still just a little bit wide. So that's fine, not a problem. She did a good job there. I'm very proud of her. And yeah, it's all looking... Oh, I think she did a little bit more at the waist because it's very difficult when you've not got a person with you. So yeah, she just did a little bit more at the waist. But yeah, there she goes. Doesn't she look good? Ah, she's so cute. She's so cute. Oh, and here is my sweater that I finished, my 1940s sweater. I'm really chuffed with how this turned out. The wool is so soft. It's lovely. Got little buttons on the shoulder. And the fit's pretty good. I was worried about my maths, but the fit has come out really, really well. So all in all, a productive month. But yeah, I'm going to finish up the video here. I'm going to finish with some photos of us from the wedding. I hope you enjoy them. And yeah, thanks very much for joining me. Please do all the sort of likey, subscribey things. And I will catch up with you next time. Love from Liz. Bye now.
Is our soul like mine? Your eyes mustn't